Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake Its Me, and today is the Wednesday check-in. It is September 28th, 25th, 2024. And thanks for hanging with me. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. Then head on over to podcast.hellocupcakeitsme.com to check out the podcast that is updated every Thursday. And make sure to follow me on all the different social medias. Head on over to hellocupcakeitsme.com to check out the blog, and make sure you go check out www.cdsthebook.com to see everything going on with my book that is scheduled for publication in November. So, how is everyone doing? I'm doing okay-ish. Not as bad as I could be, not as good as I should be. And so, there's just this happy medium ground that I'm at right now. And yesterday, I fought most of the afternoon with my doctor, trying to get a referral. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. Trying to get a referral to go see another doctor, and they have all kind of banded together and have blacklisted this provider. And whenever I find out that there's multiple doctors who have kind of teamed up and bullied and like pushed pushed another doctor kind of to the side, it's like, what the hell's going on and why? Well, I found out that a few years ago, when they started up with the whole opioid pandemic bullshit or epidemic bullshit, they needed a scapegoat, and they needed somebody that they could all point their fingers at and be like, see, this person's a bad person, and drug this poor man's name through the mud, read him as filth, the whole 9 yards. So it was just like, okay, now that I know the story, I want to see him even more. So I went through the proper channels, though. Like, okay, if you guys don't want me to see this doctor, then this is the doctor I want to see. Okay. So I finally get a hold of this older doctor who I've seen before, and he's like, Michael, I remember you, and I'm sorry, but I don't do in-person appointments anymore. I only do telehealth due to COVID reasons. I'm like, is that still a thing? Oh, okay. He's like, I'm sorry, and I wish you the best of luck. And I'm like, okay, well, thank you. That's like being on fire and someone's standing there drinking a glass of water and like, oh god, this is such good water. Like, but whatever. So I called another provider. That provider isn't taking any new clients. I called two more providers. I left a message with one, and I got a whole bunch of paperwork for the other. And the paperwork that I'm having to fill out right now is, I'm just like, something about this does not feel right. So I don't know. But if I have to see them, I will. But this is the paperwork that I'm filling out is more like long-term therapy counseling paperwork, and I'm like, I don't need a therapist slash counselor. It'd be nice. I guess it would be nice to have someone to talk to every once in a while, but I mainly just need the diagnosis of what's going on with me because I identified ADHD traits. And if it's not ADHD and it's something else posing as the symptoms of ADHD, then I want to get that figured out. I'm not looking for the medications. I'm not trying to get on Adderall and all that other bullshit. I just want to figure things out. If they do have to put me on Adderall, I want it to be the lowest strength possible. But, I don't know that this doctor is the doctor that is going to be the right one for me. So I'm halfway through. Well, I'm not even halfway through. They sent over 11 pages that I have to read, sign, and get over to them. And I'm on page 2, and I'm only like a third of the way done with the information that's required there. So, yeah, whatever. But the one good thing about yesterday is trivia, and my niece is starting to come out to trivia, and it's been really nice. And like everyone at the bar is getting used to her. She's getting used to the people at the bar, and uh, she's last night. She's like, "Why does everyone feel like they need to touch you?" I'm like, I don't know. It's just what happens, but I'm not going to stop them, because like I had one guy come up and just give me a massage and like was rubbing my neck and I was like, oh, thank you. And a friend of mine, not just random strangers, and then another friend of mine came up and like was beating me on the back like that. I was like, she's like, people just like touching you, don't they? I'm all, yeah, but what do you do? She's like, that would make me so uncomfortable. I'm like, it's a dynamic. It's how to. I don't know how to explain it. It's what it is. What it is, honey. And then she's like, that guy who just gave you a hug, he closed his eyes. That was weird. I'm like, why are you like over analyzing everything that's happening right now? Just shut up and play the game. But it was funny, and just I love the fact that she's coming out of her shell a little bit more, and um her and her and a girlfriend of hers went out on Friday night, I think it was, and they ended up out at the Otter. And there's this old biker dude there who is colloquially known as like the authority, like God's word when it comes to being in bars and stuff like that. Like if he says enough, he means enough. And there have been big ass like military folk who have come in and he's like, no. And I think somebody punched him once and the entire bar descended on him and beat the brakes off this dude. And like everyone knows you don't mess with this dude. Like not only is he older, like in his early 70s, but he's that well respected that the entire like community, not the entire community, but the community that knows him has his back. And like if his car breaks down, somebody's right there to fix it free of charge. If his dog needs to go to the veterinarian takes it in free of charge. If he needs anything, it's provided to him. So, I mean, that's the level of respect this man has. And so he came over to my niece and her friend. He's like, "You're Michael's niece, right?" And she said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, I'm." And he introduces himself, and she's like, "We've met before." He's like, "I know. I just want to let you know." And so the bartender also that night, both of the bartenders that night were not keeping her drinks on the bar. They would make them and then put them on the cash register side. So when she was ready, they could turn around and like hand it to them, and everyone was watching out for her and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty amazing. And I told her, I said, I garner enough respect from everyone that once they know you are kin to me, you're going to be protected. And I said, and there's not a place in the continental United States that I don't have, well, yeah, in just the United States. I don't know anyone in Canada or South America, but like, well, depending on if she's in Brazil or not. But anyways, that's um there's really not a state in America that I don't know somebody that I could call up and be like, "Hey, my niece is in Boulder, Colorado. Uh could you go help her?" And they live in like Aurora or someplace close to Boulder. Yeah, be there in just a couple of minutes. Thank you. So I'm just like, you're covered pretty much. You're covered anywhere on the West Coast. And then, the further east you go, it's a little splotchy, but I always have somebody within like a few hundred miles of you to go that I could call and trust for them to pick you up or to get you out of whatever trouble you happen to be in. So it's just it was nice, and I thanked everyone last night before she showed up uh for just kind of keeping an eye on her. And they're like, "Dude, we don't need thanks." I'm like, "Yes, you do. Shut up and take it." But anyways, yeah, so all that happened, and uh I have a diabetic doctor's appointment here in a couple of minutes, and not really looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to it because I am going to yell at my doctor and his nurse because I am out of my testing supplies. And the uh, pharmacy that they have me going through that does durable medical equipment has not sent me anything in over 90 days. And I am running extremely low and am almost out of pump supplies. I am out of my continuous glucose monitor supplies. Um, I've been rationing out my test strips. So, yeah, uh, I the I just don't understand why this particular pharmacy always fucks up. Every They will be going great for like 2-3 months, and then all of a sudden, boom, things are hitting a brick wall, and it's like, what the fuck? You know, you as a pharmacy do not need my medical records. If my medical records are required by Social Security or what the fuck ever, they can sequester them themselves. But there needs to be some kind of way that, like, the pharmacy can access a medical profile on me that has all my up-to-date medical information that is pertinent to the treatments that I am currently receiving, and then that should be good enough. Honestly, I don't think that Medicare or Medicaid or any place should have access to your vital information outside of the fact that the doctor has said that they're treating you for XYZ. So, you know, I would love to go to, say, Canada or the UK or somewhere that has a NHS, a national health system, and just see how much different their medical is versus what American medicine is. Because from what I understand, from people who go to or who live in other countries and then come here to America and have to use our healthcare system, that our healthcare system is just absolute trash. And, you know, when I was on just plain state medical, I could get a freaking napkin prescribed to me if I needed it. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. Everything was taken care of. Now that I'm a Medicare recipient, I have to petition the gods, offer up a blood sacrifice, dance naked under a full moon, like cold press olives with just my bare hands to make olive oil, anoint a candle, set that on fire, and speak from a book of ancient words to, like, be able to see a podiatrist to get my toenails trimmed. Like, it's such bullshit. Like, the amount of hoops I have to jump through. And then, you know, because I have Medicare and Medicaid, whatever Medicare doesn't cover, Medicaid's supposed to pick up. But 9 times out of 10, Medicaid will say no because Medicare said no. And it's like, well, you both can't fucking say no. Like, one or the other has to pay for this. So figure it the hell out. But anyways, yeah, so that's what I'm getting ready to go deal with. And yeah. Above and beyond that, nothing really new. Still working on trying to get the book situated. I forgot to talk to the editor, so I gotta get a hold of the editor and find out if they are going to be getting me the illustrations and stuff. The illustrator, not the editor. The illustrator to see if the illustrator is going to be giving me the illustrations anytime soon or not, because they were supposed to give it to me last Friday and they have yet to do so. And yeah, I got to get everything situated. And the final editor contacted me, and I need to return his email, and I need to figure out how I'm going to get the money together for him. And because he's going to require $100 to get stuff taken care of. And then I need to still buy my ISBN numbers, which I have that money set aside. But in my personal finances, as of right now, I'm going into next month, October. I'm going into October 80 something dollars in the hole. So that's going to be fun. But oh well, it'll work out. I have faith. And yeah, so anyways, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section down below. If you would like to donate some money toward the book, that would be super awesome of you. And you could do that by going to cdsthebook.com. And yeah, until next time, talk to you then. Bye, guys.